So, here we go. For those that missed it, drum roll please, because here we are. The Omaha Airmen last night won the NBA championship. Oh, God, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. It goes down as my first ever victory in a Tougie versus Twitch chat. Third time was the charm, baby. But it goes down as my first victory as we beat, shockingly, Kevin Durant and the Memphis Grizzlies for the NBA title. 3 sudden death overtimes. Tougie, NBA overtimes aren't sudden death. Oh, they are now. And Herb Dixon scored all 3 winners. Herb Dixon, who, again, will continue on. We probably won't go in depth year by year, every single year. We'll give you guys a chance to maybe tie it up. But, yeah, Herb Dixon, I'm going to wait until he makes the Hall of Fame because he will. Because he will. But the time for celebration was last night, and the time to move on is now. So let's get to this offseason. And we retired Kevin Durant. Let the record show that one Herb Dixon retired Kevin Durant. Nicola's gone as well. Klay Thompson's gone. How many titles did Klay finish with? Did he win one in the sim? He did not. He won 3. So, Tim Hardaway. I mean, 50, that's not true. I mean, I enjoy Madden a lot. Frank Kaminsky retired. Jabari Parker retired. Sad days. Sad days. Kevin Looney. Not Kevin Looney. Staff retirements. Basically nobody that we care about. A lot of people did retire. God damn. Hall of Fame inductees, Kevin Durant. You don't want none of this, Kevin Durant. That's why you retired. Yeah, Kevin Durant makes the Hall of Fame. He also has his jersey retired by the OKC Thunder, not by the Warriors. Klay Thompson, though, does have his jersey retired by Golden State. That brings us to the league meetings. Last year, sudden death overtime was adopted, and it directly led to me winning a title. Will we have a new rule this year? We do not. Everything was rejected. The number 1 pick was almost decided. 4 votes away from the number 1 overall pick being decided by an elimination tournament. So close. 7-day contracts are only 3 votes away. There we go. So here we go, chat. This is your highlight after the regular season. My highlight was an NBA title. Your highlight, of course, is the draft lottery, as per usual. Maybe someday it won't be. You have the 4th best odds behind Atlanta, Orlando, who made it to a conference final, but they had the pick from Miami, and the Los Angeles Lakers to get this done. So, here we go. Trailblazers at pick number 16 is going to stay where they are. Do the lottery one. Nah. If it passes, it passes. If not, it not. You know. The Blazers actually have their pick from Charlotte. There you go. Boston, pick number 15. And they stay there. Only their 14th lottery pick all time. The Chicago Bulls, number 14. Oh my God. Trade? The Chicago Bulls move up from 14th into the top 4. That is the first time we've seen a team with a 1% chance move up into the top 4 as the Thunder stay at pick 13. The Bulls from 14 to at minimum 4th overall. Cleveland at 12 stays. Lottery tournament would be dope. I agree, but it didn't pass. 24th lottery selection all time for Cleveland. It's more fun to just let it be. If it happens, it happens. The Pelicans. Will they stay at 11? No. Trade pick, or have they moved up? The Pelicans have also moved up, and it says the Sixers. We've had 2 teams from the first 6 picks move up. This is horrible news for you guys, as the Suns will stay at 10. They had the 7th pick last year. The Magic at 9. Stay at 9. They have the 9th and the 28th picks. Number 8, the Utah Jazz. And it's Honolulu at 8 as the Jazz also move into the top 4. Wow. This is the craziest lottery we've seen. The Lakers at 7 stay at 7. I think that means one team in the top 4 stayed there. I think one team in the top 4 stayed there. Miami. Will they be at 6? Yes, they will be. Or no one. Yeah, technically off to that math, right? Fucking hell. So the Heat stay with 6. I've never seen that. All 4 teams in the top 4 are teams that shouldn't have had a top 4 pick. Yeah, maybe you guys do want that tournament, huh? As Atlanta will pick at 5, their 17th lottery pick of all time. Oh my god. So the new number 4 overall selection will be from the Utah Jazz. Wow. Number 3. Who will it be? Will it be the 76ers? Yes, it will be. This is crazy. 19th lottery pick of all time. And then there were 2. Bulls and Pelicans. The Bulls moved up from what? Pick 14? Is it Chicago's time with a 1% chance? The Pelicans had a 2.8. And the Pelicans get the second pick. The Chicago Bulls, with a 1% chance of winning, have taken the number 1 overall pick. Holy shit. Wow, man. That's crazy. They barely missed the playoffs. You guys will be picking 8th. Chicago gets the number 1 pick. And we move on. Again, we leave the staff signing automated. We move on to the NBA draft, where you guys will be picking 8th. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And with that pick, I can't believe it, the Bulls take Herbert Burton, a center out of Central Florida. Averaged 15 rebounds in college. The Pelicans at 2, who also moved up, take Hassan Akiel, I'm guessing. Forward out of North Carolina State. Burt. Oh, God. Very successful collegiate career. 76ers at 3. Take Jawan Dawkins, another big man, out of Puerto Rico. Consensus number 1 pick in every draft. Wow. And he fell to 3. We're going to have to see how good he is. Utah at 4 takes JT Law, another big man. Interesting. A lot of big men going in this draft. That could be good for you guys. I mean, again, you need the best player available. It's not a matter of position and need. You need the best player available. As the Hawks are going to trade the 5th overall pick for a fantastic Finn and Malik Beasley. Laurie Markkinen on the move. That is not a fair deal for the 5th overall pick. Sorry. It is the Sixers that moved up, apparently, and they take Ekpe Lawal, power forward out of Colorado State. Man, Philly making moves. I'd make that move, too. So Philly just completely reset their big man situation. Miami at 6 take another center, 7'2" out of Romania, apparently, Melvin Young. They also have the issue like NHL where, yeah, Melvin Young out of Romania. And the Lakers at 7 take William Ferguson, forward with horrible tattoo, out of Providence. So that brings up the breeze, where Lord knows you guys really need a home run here. You'll have a better team. You should make the playoffs in the upcoming season. Let's see who's on the board. So the highest rated guy that you can confirm is Craig Fuller, who is solid, but he's not lights out, right? Like he's just solid. You pretty much know what he's going to be. He's going to be solid, but he probably won't be a superstar. He is 7'1" though. There's Arvidas Novak, a center All-star starter. Corey Thorpe, a center. All-NBA to starter. You don't have him 100% scouted. He's 22 years old. But you see a Bill Walton comparison, for fuck's sake. Not the best offensive player in the world, but a spectacular defender. Spectacular rebounder. That's all he does. Doesn't have the best physical in the world, though, either. There's Reed Anderson. Again, right now we're looking by overall. If you like somebody, write the name down. Let me know when I ask. We'll look by potential in a minute as well. Reed Anderson, all-NBA to starter. Confirmed to be a 76 overall at 22 years old out of Sweden. He is a one-year stash player. 2K had him as the second best player in the draft. Not the best shooter in the world. Pretty good defense, decent IQ, very good physical player. Not a complete package yet, but pretty solid. There's Kyle Tate as a center, another starter. As much as that kind of sucks. He's kind of a worse version of Fuller. You'd probably rather go for Fuller, although he has more badges than Fuller. So figure that one out. Yeah, figure that one out, right? There is Dusty Foster. Shooting guard, all-star to starter. Doesn't have the best stats in the world either. Like, he's fine. He's just not great. Dylan McKnight, you really don't have as much info on. Again, the attributes don't look great. Starter. Phil Lyles, another big man. Decent mid-range shot. Again, defense first. Kind of big man. And Phil Lyles, another starter. Stefan Perabin, another big man. Again, defense first. Doesn't look like as complete of a project as everyone else, but he has a 75 overall at 20 years old, so maybe. Sean Humphreys, again, good playmaker. Not really developed elsewhere. 6 badges, though. All NBA to starter. So figure that one out. Doesn't look like the most complete project, but might have a really good potential at just 18 years old. Sean Humphreys. Skip Becker, 19 years old. Again, a decent perimeter defender. All-star to bench, the 19-year-old Australian. And there's Juan Munoz, again, good mid-range shot. That's about it. Starter at 23. Mitch Willis, again, decent three-point shot, really good playmaking. 22-year-old All-NBA to starter. 96% scouted. Dusty Flowers, good at some stuff, tragic at others. All-NBA to bench, the 21-year-old. And I think the last guy that we'll look at here, the 75, Cesar Nunelli. Another three-point specialist, but it's not incredibly well developed. So aside from that, your other options, if we sort by potential, if you want to trust it, Dylan Mullen has an A. Really, again, a defensive and rebound specialist. He's not the most physical at 20 years old. All-star to bench. Another A was Bernard Butler. Again, not overly developed. Like, good inside, good physical player. So pretty much he just drives to the net and hopes for the best. All-NBA to bench. An A- was Munoz, who we already looked at. Frank Bayless. Frank Bayless. 19 years old. Showing up as a 73. Decent inside mid-range scorer. All-star to bench, though. 19-year-old out of Duke. Another A- Clayton Perry. I think we already looked at Clayton. Another A- Jeffrey Williams. Again, the stats don't look that great. All-star to bench. A- Brent Thomas. Again, the stats don't look great. He does have 4 badges. All-star to bench. George Stefan. Again, the attributes aren't looking good. Mitch Steele, good three-point shooter with an A- potential. And the last thing we'll look at is, Munoz, Sampson, Steele, Butler, Stefan, all projected to be top 10. 2K has Reed Anderson as the second best player, and NBA.com has Anderson, Becker, Munoz, and Fuller. Chat, what are the names we're looking at here? What are the names we're looking at here? I'm looking after Crash Andrews' comment about Butler. I'm seeing the name Steele thrown out there. Was there even a Humphreys? There was. There was Sean Humphreys, as I'm seeing as a name. Crash, do you remember what position he was? Butler. Craig Fuller is being thrown up there. Soups mentioned Thorpe. Oh, Crash asked about Butler. I mean, again, the stats aren't great. Good inside scorer. Not much else is overly developed. 22 years old, 5 badges. A real boom or bust player. So Crash wants to throw that name out there. We're good. Any other names? I got Steele, Humphreys, Fuller, Thorpe, and Butler. Crash says no. All right, cool. So Steele, Humphreys, Thorpe, Fuller. Going once. Going twice. Sold. All right, those are the 4 names on the poll. So again, we have Craig Fuller as a center. We have Thorpe, Oogie Oglethorpe as a center. We have Sean Humphreys at point guard. And the last man there, where the hell even was Steele? I know you're not necessarily trolling with the pick. Mitch Steele, the shooting guard. So chat, the choice is yours. It is your pick after all. I imagine that Fuller's going to win this in a landslide. I would imagine. But we shall see. Again, if the poll doesn't show up for you on the chat, you might have to refresh the stream really quickly. Well, let's see who you guys go for here. And indeed, it's looking like it's between Humphreys and Fuller. Again, one more look at Fuller. Starter. But in terms of like the most developed player, he is a very strong interior defender. And then there was Humphreys at point guard, who is a really strong playmaker, a very physical player, 6 badges, all NBA to starter. Of course, looking at Steele as well. I don't know where the hell he shows up. 72% scouted. Decent shooter. Everything else needs a bit of work, but he's 19. All NBA is a really boom or bust there for him. And then the final guy at center was alongside Fuller, Corey Thorpe, who again, decent shooter, decent interior defender, good rebounder, 3 badges. All NBA to starter for Thorpe. So me personally, I'd probably risk it on Thorpe or Humphreys. And right now, Humphreys is beating Fuller by 3 votes with about 20 seconds to go before that vote's locked in. Crash, he is not a very good defender. Humphreys can pass the ball right now. That's about it. But he's 18 years old. He can pass the ball. Really high potential, presumably. And the deal is done. Humphreys wins by 4 votes. Sean Humphreys joins the point guard core in Honolulu. Humphreys is the pick. We are locking it in. Let's see what they say about him. Like Sean Humphreys in his long-term outlook as a prospect. We'll see. The Magic at 9. Trade the pick? Indeed they do. Someone must have traded up because you guys left somebody on the board. Hamidou Diallo in a 2032 first-round pick for this 9th overall selection. And the Suns take Juan Munoz and have the 10th pick as well. They get the forward out of Mexico. And we shall see who they take with this pick. And they take Craig Fuller. The Suns may have just pulled off the double. Craig Fuller to Phoenix. Made more three-pointers than any other center. We'll see if the Suns just got one up on you or not. That said Tommy Campbell. Well, Craig, it was mentioning Tommy Campbell. I mean, unless I misspoke, it said Tommy Campbell because he's presumed to be a free agent coming up. The Spurs at 11 take Dusty Flowers. Forward out of Memphis. Apparently this guy's surprised he slid down the board. Pick number 12. The Cleveland Cavaliers take Arvydas Novak, the Lithuanian center with horrible tattoos. Apparently looking like a good player. Number 13, the Oklahoma City Thunder take William Sampson. Guard. No real interesting note to talk about. Sacramento at 14, Dylan Mullen. Center out of Michigan. 30 reps in the bench press. Incredible strength. The Celtics at 15 take Frank Bayless, the guard out of Duke. Pick number 16, the Blazers trade the pick, I'm guessing. Yep, there it is. It'll be the 16th pick in this draft and a 2032 first for Kevin Huerter, the Hoyte, and Jordan Poole. Jazz end up taking power forward Larry Page. Pick number 17, Minnesota takes Kyle Tate, center out of California. Brooklyn has 2 picks in a row now. Best mid-range jumper in the draft, and he's a center at 7 foot. Interesting. Jesus. Number 18, the Brooklyn Nets take Clayton Perry, power forward out of UConn. Apparently very fast and agile for his size. And at pick number 19, they take Corey Thorpe, 6'11" center out of St. Joseph's, and he has the best pass perception. So he's great at stealing the ball as a center. Interesting. This is a very center-heavy draft. You're not wrong. The Clippers at 20 take Skip Becker, the guard out of Australia. Pick number 21. Denver trades the pick. Another trade, as it is the 21st overall pick for D'Angelo Russell, coming over from Atlanta. So the Hawks take Stephane Peribin, the center out of France. Memphis at 22, minus Kevin Durant, now trade the pick. My God, the trades. It's the 22nd overall pick this year and a second rounder in 2031 for Isaiah Roby and Monte Clement, 2 power forwards. So the Lakers now at 22 take Julian Johnston, point guard out of San Francisco. Interesting. Pick number 23, Milwaukee takes Mitch Willis, point guard out of UConn. Led the nation in assists per game. The Knicks at 24, Austin Purdue, another big man. Best vertical jump of any center. Toronto at 25, Dylan McKnight out of Slovenia. Portland again now at 26, take Reed Anderson. Fuck! He was so close to falling to me! Oh, I was so happy. I was trying to stay quiet. Fuck. Dude, he was projected by, what was it, NBA.com to go second? Oh, he was so close to falling to me. God damn it. Damn it. Pick number 27. Dallas takes Ben Shepherd, forward out of Drake. Best mid-range shot of any power forward. The Magic at 28 take Jeffrey Williams, who looks like Jeffree Star. Apparently a really good player. Pick number 29, the Houston Rockets take Art Hammonds, a forward out of Bama. Apparently already really good. Pick number 30, the Wiz trade the pick. That and a top 3 protected first rounder in 2030 for Wendell Carter from Phoenix. And the Suns take Damian Kane, a guard out of Providence. And the Detroit Pistons at 31. That guy was apparently a good 3-point shooter. The Pistons at 31 take Dusty Foster, guard out of Tennessee. Really good combine report. So, your NBA champions. Your Omaha Airmen are up. We are on the clock. And who is available? Who is available? Who is available? Let's take a look here. So, in terms of rating, it's Phil Lyles and Cesar Nunelli, who NBA or who 2K had going 4th overall. Lyles is solid. I don't hate him. Because, you know, boy, that's what I need, is to dominate the paint even more than I do by drafting another 7-foot-plus big man with really good interior defense and rebounding. The NBA is like, three-pointers are the way to win. I'm bringing us back to the 80s, bitches. And I already won 1 title off of it. Nunelli, unfortunately, it looks like trash right now. Absolute trash. You have no room. Bullshit. I have Dixon, Sita, and Gooden. I have room for a 4th big man. Bullshit. And then Nunelli is all-star or bench. At 21, he doesn't have a crazy potential, does he? He doesn't. So, I mean, Phil Lyles. Phil Lyles, at the moment, is also a big man who can shoot from mid-range. Lyles, at the moment, is my favorite. From there, it's a little bit rough. From there, it's kind of tough to tell. I am going to sort by potential really quickly. Bernard Butler is there. I know Mitch Steele is still there with his 7 badges. So Butler. He's 22. Incredibly boom or bust. Again, this guy just drives to the paint. Very physical. Decent inside player. I mean, right now, if there's no steal, I go for someone with a really good option. There's Brent Thomas. He's 21. He's a good playmaker with good physicality. Does have 4 badges. He's not bad. Not my favorite. There's Stefan, who's trash. And unfortunately, at 22, you need to be more developed than that. But he does have a Michael Finley comparison. And God, I love Michael Finley. And then there's Mitch Steele. Good shooter. He's 19. He's 19. Is Mitch Steele. And then Hines, excuse me, has a B. Good playmaker. Good IQ. Good physicality. All-star or bench for Hines. It's going to be kind of a tough call here. Anderson Crawford. A power forward. Good interior defense. Good rebounding. Good physicality. But compared to Lyles, who I can't look at here, I think I liked Lyles more. No badges as well for Crawford. Tony Moreland with 3 badges, listed as a prospect at 23. He's not the most developed player in the world, no thank you. And then those listed potentials really start to drop. So, Steele might have the highest projection left. It was Brent Thomas at point guard, Hines, Tony Moreland. Nunelli, which again, I didn't really like him. Rex Daniel. Decent shooter, lockdown defender. 21-year-old Slovenian on a stash deal. Has a good shot, plays good defense. Interesting. Interesting. Again, these are players you guys might want to pay attention to here. Who's to say? And then there was Douglas. Also projected to go in the first round. All-NBA potentially. 21 years old. All he can really do is shoot. Lambros Balidis. 18-year-old point guard. Decent inside scorer. Decent playmaker. I don't know a damn thing about this kid. 2K has him as a first rounder, though. Interesting. Hendry. Ridiculous. Theo Olsen. Really good inside scorer, and that's about it. Really good inside scorer, that's about it. And then there was Phil Lyles again. Just checking to see who was projected. Okay. So, for the most part, then, I think I have my list. I don't know a damn thing about this Jimmy Stevens guy. Hold on. Stat-wise. Just want to look at the guys that did well in terms of scoring. Moreland again, not developed enough. Lauren Berry is a dynamite three-point shooter. Jimmy Stevens at 19. Good mid-range shot, good interior defense. Don't know enough about him. Alright. Rebounds per game. Olivier Baku. Brent Thomas was up there for assists. Stevens for blocks. Thomas was up there for assists and steals. Interesting. Well, it's not too much else we can really look at here. Park is a three-point shooter, and that's it, as far as I know. All right. So really quickly then, I kind of got my short list of who I want to look at. Got my short list of who I want to look at. Really quickly then at point guard. Because there were 3 point guards to look at, 3 shooting guards, and a big man. I gotta see what we got here. I gotta see what we got. So, Balidas versus Thomas. Again, 5 badges to 4. Balidas is also younger. Balidas looks better than Thomas in terms of long-term projection. The problem is, I don't know what Lambros's potential is, but I do know that my scout's saying that Thomas is awesome. That's a tough one. Medical red flag has been raised for this prospect because of his neck durability to Brent Thomas. And then there's Hines as well, who's the best playmaker of the bunch at 19. Also has 5 badges. Broken freaking neck. I think I'm ruling out Hines. It's Balidas or Thomas at point guard. And really quickly, hopefully really quickly, to check the guards here. Steele, Butler, and Daniel. Obviously with Daniel, we know decent shooter, good defense. 7 badges. Where the hell are my other boys here? Here's Steele. I was hoping Daniel would be there. Steele again, good shooter at 19. All NBA to bench. Daniel, starter bench at the moment. It's a shooting guard at least, but again, really good, good shooting, good defense, good IQ. Just good shooting. Steele is a pure shooter, but he's 19. And where the hell is my other guy? Is he not a shooting guard? No, he's at the top, Rex Daniel. I mean, it looks like Rex Daniel's a better version of Butler. I think that's pretty straightforward. Was I looking at somebody I wasn't even wanting to look at? Again, Daniel, good shooting, good defense. 7 badges. Steele, just a shooter. And then it's tough, man. I don't even know who the hell I would consider my best player of the bunch. Again, Butler, really good inside scorer, 5 badges, 22 years old. Probably wants certain aspects of his game to be a little bit more developed, though. We already kind of have a point guard who's not a great shooter. I don't really know if we want Butler driving every play. This sucks, man. I don't know who to take. I don't know who to take. I might just add this to a goddamn wheel spin, because who cares? But then Phil Lyles again. Tremendous defensive option. Alright. I'm at the point where I kind of just have to go. I gotta go for the steal, right? Not the literal steal. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's a 19-year-old kid. Looks to be a potentially lights-out shooter. We can develop him into our Ray Allen, so be it. Maybe. Fuck, I don't know. This is like this is the toughest goddamn pick I've had, I think, or at least one of them. I'm doing it. We're going for Mitch Steele. Let's do it. You can get a shooter of that caliber. You go for it. We'll take him. Best agility time. Lane agility time for shooting guards. Interesting. Again, I don't have a ton of confidence in that pick. It looked like there were some very good options there. I don't think I made the right one, but that's okay. Hines immediately goes to Atlanta. Great basketball IQ. The Heat at 34 take Kevin Kelly. Straight out of Ring of Honor. Another center. The Lakers at 35 take Cesar Nunelli. So chat, you should pretty much have an idea of who you want. You're back on the clock. Who's it going to be? You basically know the names that are out there. What do you think? And again, in terms of listed potential, outside of Owen Fletcher to B+, you guys should know who you want at this point. I shouldn't even have to look. Baited him away from Lyles. I mean, I don't need Lyles, though. I have 3 dynamite options. Whereas I have missed a couple of picks at guard, so taking Steele is actually a better idea for me than taking Lyles. Lyles wouldn't have been bad, but in terms of drafting for need, I think I did all right. Lyles is the shout so far. Anybody want to disagree? I'm saying take a look at Dunleavy. So again, decent shooter, great defender. Starter bench, though. Whereas Lyles is starter. What are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? Like I said, you should have a good idea based off of all the players we just looked at. Pretty much always have the same information. Or you're going to have to be more specific. I mean, Lambros Balitas is out there. Someone I was interested in. Your scouts only say he's a C, though. All-star to bench, but the attributes look good. There was Brent Thomas, a good playmaker. No medical concerns from your scouts. Then from there, I mean, if you're looking at anybody else, it would have to be really at shooting guard, which is where you have Rex Daniel. And again, good shooter, good defender. 21 years old, potential says starter bench, though. C- potential according to your scouts, but he's only 65% scouted. All right. You will see the dotted line in chat. Below that dotted line is where I want your suggestions. Who's going on the poll for the vote here? Sin is mentioning Thomas. A lot of Thomas. A lot of Daniel. A Butler. A Lyles. So again, we got Phil Lyles, the center. We got Brent Thomas at point guard. We got Balitas at point guard. Someone also mentioned Lauren Barry. We'll see. He and Belitas right now are on the cusp of not being counted. Butler isn't there. I think this was the Butler he was talking about. If it wasn't, I'll take him out. And then Rex Daniel as well at shooting guard. Thomas had the red flag nicked according to my scouts, but not to yours. All right, we got our names. So, up for a vote here. Brent Thomas at point guard. Lambros Balidas at point guard. Shooting guards, Bernard Butler. And stash player, Rex Daniel. And at center, Phil Lyles. One of those 5 will be joining your team. Again, it is up to you to vote. If the poll doesn't show up on chat, refresh the chat. You should be good to go. Refresh the stream, really. And you should be good to go. See who you guys end up with. Again, I think you end up with a pretty tough situation, like I did as well, at the end of the first round, where there's some good players. It's just who's the best, because obviously both of us right now aren't really aiming for role players. You got to aim for difference makers, and that's incredibly tough to find. So right now, very close between Thomas, Butler, and Lyles. Again, Lyles at starter. Bernard Butler at all NBA to bench. Dude, it's not a matter of needs, it's a matter of best available. And Thomas at all-star to bench. My scout said he has a bad neck. Your scouts say no, he doesn't. It is very close. It is a 3-horse race right now. There will be no runoff. Whoever wins, wins. Will it be Thomas, Butler, or Lyles? And the good thing is, I mean, really, as stressful as it is to want to keep drafting good players and to stay ahead, I also don't have to give a shit because I already won. I don't have to give a shit. Tempted by the broken neck too for the story, right? Right now it's a tie between Thomas and Lyles. Again, if the vote is tied, it goes to a wheel spin. If it goes to a tie, it goes to a wheel spin. About 10 seconds left. Thomas and Lyles tied at 9 apiece. 3, 2, 1. And Lyles wins by a last-second vote. Kept my hand here to show, hey, not on my mouse, wasn't me. Lyles wins by a vote at the death. It's official. Phil Lyles on his way. On his way to Honolulu with your second pick of the draft. Let's see what they say. The big man out of Maryland. Walk on at Maryland. Apparently has a good story. Phil Lyles is the pick. So we will skip ahead to the next user pick because it's the very end of the round, if I'm not mistaken. Which means, God help me, I'm going to have nobody here. Lauren Barry's actually still there. Going to be very tough for me to find somebody with this pick, though. Oh my God, Belitas is still there. All right. 2 boards had Belitas as a potential first rounder. I was looking at him at the end of the first round. 2K had him as the second best point guard of the draft. NBA had him as the #1 point guard of the draft. Interesting. I think I have my pick. And I don't really think it's close. I don't really think it's close. It's gotta be Belitas. He's 18 as well. I mean, 5 badges for Lauren Berry, but all he has is a 3-point shot. 3 badges for Sheldon Whitney's mustache. Is there anybody badge-wise that can kind of compete with that? I don't think there is. 5 badges for Bruce McGee. Inside score, and that's it, but he's 22. 5 badges for Corey Nicholson. I got it, man. I think I'm going to get who I wanted. Well, I didn't expect to take 2 guards in this draft. However, no doubt about it, Lambros Bolitas is the pick for Omaha. No doubt in my mind. 55th overall. Apparently has a potential foot injury, but that's fine because he's a 2nd-round pick as defending champs. And if he doesn't, and he's as good as he could be, then shit, we're good to go. So that's it for the draft. Number 1. Oh, wow, that would have been the year to get a number 1 pick. Herbert Burton. Herbert. 82 overall. Best player drafted since Herb Dixon. Could there be competition for Herb Dixon? He's also 20 years old. Damn. Hassan Akiel was a 77. Jawan Dawkins was an 80. JT Law was a 79. Crash Andrews, we love you. Enjoy your sleep. Young, there's Ferguson, 75. And then the pick here, 75 overall, 18-year-old Sean Humphreys. Looks like a pretty damn good pick depending on his potential for you guys. 75 overall at 18 years old for Sean Humphreys. Fuller was a 77 at 22. So I think you, depending on potential, you probably did okay. In terms of best player available, perhaps. Flowers was a 74 at 21. Novak a 78 at 22. Sampson a 73. Mullen a 74. A lot of this depends on potentials. And again, we can't just look because we don't know for sure. It changes. Larry Page a 70. The only thing that doesn't change is overall. Tate a 77. Corey Thorpe was a 77. Becker a 74. As was Perbin and Johnston. Willis. Austin Purdue. McKnight. Anderson was a 77. I wanted him. Shepard a 72. Here we go. Just about there. The Suns took Kane. Foster. And Mitch Steele is a 69 overall at 19 years old. So the lowest rated player in the first round. The question for me, what's his potential? I don't hate it. He's got 7 badges already, apparently, as a shooter. Craig, that's not me getting wrecked. I just won a title. If he actually has 7 badges as a 19-year-old, he could actually develop into the best 3-point shooter since Steph Curry. He's out of Stanford! I just drafted the black Steph Curry. Prove me wrong, chat. Prove me wrong. No. Oh, God. If only it was out of Davidson, we would have been better. I wish, man. I wish. God damn it. Yeah. Canceled. Well, hey. I did that to joke around with that. No. It's a joke. It's a joke. Isn't Steph Curry black Steph Curry? He is black Steph Curry. God damn it. Swing and a miss on the joke there. Somebody mentioned when Steph Curry retired and he got bopped that something along those lines. I presumed most people here had seen it. My bad. The joke from a few days ago didn't carry over. Swing and a miss. Point being, don't backpedal. I'm just explaining the joke, Endo. I'm explaining the joke. That's it. Own the libs. Don't backpedal. He might be the black Larry Bird more so. Maybe he'll be the white Larry Bird because Larry Bird's not white enough. Lyles was a 75 at 22 years old. So he might not be what you needed, but you got him. Thomas was a 71. Clyde Douglas at a 74. Thea Wolson, Larry's not white, Larry's clear. Offensive. 74 for Caldwell. All right, here we go. The question is, the hell did I get? Rex Daniel was a 72. at 21. So, I mean, you guys got a highly rated player. It's just what's the potential, and is that what you needed? Stevens, Dunleavy, Robertson, Gray. Come on. What do we got? Lambros Baulitas. 71 overall at 18 years old. God damn. So, what I should have said before is he's the next Steph Curry. Is what I was meaning to say. Baulitas could be the next Steph Curry, though. So that's nice. Or it could be the next Black Steph Curry. Who's to say? We got somebody towards the end of the draft that I wanted in the first round. And judging by age and overall, unless we took Sanganandur, we could have been okay. So a lot of this depends on potentials, no doubt. As for the rookie signings, again, both teams will accept you. Also get Vlad Lekic, who was a stash player for you last year. Obviously a team option on Herb. We'll be picking that up. You guys will be picking up the option on Brooke Wesley. Pretty easy. Giannis declines and leaves the Knicks, potentially. And for qualifying offers, again, McLeod, Maxwell can go. Kevin Thomas, Baxter, and Snow should stay. For you guys, Hawkins is not yours. Hawkins isn't yours. Griffin is. Todor is. Jerry Daniel is not yours. You got Lulu. Miller's not yours. Keefe and Glover, who was also a random depth player for you. So we'll send those through. And the moratorium. Let's see what we got here. So for the Breeze, get rid of Hawkins, Glover, Miller, and Daniel. Keep Bradley. Keep Wenley. Keep Campbell. Keep Todor. Keep Banks. Keep Griffin. Keep Lulu. Keep Horace Keefe. Get rid of Dana Hawkins, Daniel, Miller, and Glover. For your airmen, what do we got? Get rid of Maxwell, get rid of McLeod. I'm going to try to keep Neil Red, even though he's a complete bust. Kenny Snow, Francis Baxter. All right, we should be good there. So, into free agency. Giannis is the gem. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Murray, Sexton, and Wiseman are all out there as free agents. Interesting. For us, again, it's just going to be a cap hold on everybody. Works for me. And for you guys, cap hold on everybody. Beautiful. Again, if any players accidentally leave the team, we are allowed to bring them back. No questions asked. Giannis has signed. We just don't know where. Waiting to see if Sexton goes. Giannis goes back to the Knicks. God damn it. Have fun dealing with LaMelo Ball now on the Spurs. Anthony Edwards still with the Wolves. Anthony Towns to the Hornets. Halliburton to the Knicks. Jaylen Brown stays with the Celtics. So, some movement, but not a crazy amount. Jalen Suggs stayed with the Magic. Wiseman stayed with the Warriors. No real advantage for either one of us to sit here and be like, yeah, the other conference got screwed, which again is petty bullshit. I don't even have to root for. Again, all of those qualifying offers. We'll wait to see what happens. Player progression. So Lekic as a rookie will be an 83. Charlie dropped a point for you guys. Todor's up by 3. Kramer's up by 3. You guys are going to have a tough choice of who your starting 5 happen to be. We'll take a look here at the potential for Humphreys as well. Showing up right now is a B-, as is Phil Lyles. Both showing up as a B-. Wesley improves by 3 after a season in developmental, and Griffin is at a 71. For the Airmen, Sita up by 1, O'Brien down by 2, Page down by 1, Olich up by 2, Thomas up by 1, Snow up by 1 for the off-season moves here. Interesting. And with that, we'll get to the beginning of the next season. We are going to have to set these teams up really quickly. Actually, we might not be able to set them up until tomorrow. We shall see. Definitely auto-generate the rookies. Simmons of the Summer League right now. So let's make sure that everyone's on the roster. My player potentials were Bolitas is a B-, Steele is a B+. And to confirm, Lyles, nope, not that Lyles. Lyles is a B-, Humphreys is a B-. I win, chat! Another draft for me. Suck a fat one, Craig. You toxic loser. You're a loser. A loser. Loser. You're a loser, Craig. You're a loser. A loser, Craig. You're a loser. You're a loser. A loser.
1 for 4 makes you a loser.
You're a loser, Craig. You're a loser.
Loser. Loser. Loser.
Are you done?
Loser.
You're a loser, Craig. You're a loser. That said, really quickly, let me make sure that nobody's missing off of the team, and indeed players are. So let's go get our boys back. Let's see what we got here. Actually, I got to see who's missing off of the team. So you guys are obviously missing Tommy Campbell and Wenli Liu, which isn't surprising that it happened that way. I was hoping the AI would take care of the contract extensions. They haven't been doing that, but again, it's just an easy way to get him back. So, Wenli Liu. So, Lulu. And then Wenli. Wenli actually ended up as a free agent. Go figure. Oops. So back to the roster. Lulu is actually on the team. It was Tommy Campbell that I was thinking of. Let's go get Tommy Campbell here. Hey, I get to have my fun without chat complaining, okay? You guys talked a lot of shit during the playoffs. Oh, you're just gonna lose, Tougie. You're just gonna lose. And then we fucking won. So I get to talk shit. And you get to deal with it. Or you can leave and be a big bitch. Talk the talk, walk the walk, baby. How about you make the playoffs? Swizz, how are you? An innocent bystander and all this. All right, so you got Campbell, you got Wenli Liu, and you got Humphreys. We'll keep Chapman there for the moment as a trade piece. Haynes, Lulu, Travis Bradley is also missing. Where did T-Brad go? He went to Minnesota. And you guys are going to drag him back, kicking and screaming. Because we can force that to go through. Who else are you missing? So Campbell, Humphreys, and Liu. Haynes, Bradley, and Lulu. Todor and Wesley. All right, so let's get rid of Grace. Well, actually, here, hold on. We'll just we'll keep track on who's got to go. Caught a shitload of river salmon today. Fucking hell. That's a day. Sorry to just kind of have to ignore it for a moment. I got to find Jonathan Banks. Remember when we were hyped about Horace? I was hyped about Horace for you guys. I thought he was going to be a gem. He's okay, but nothing too crazy. All right, Jonathan Banks ended up as a free agent. We got a full roster. Now let's go ahead and cut Grayson Allen. Let's go off to free agents. How far down is one Jonathan Banks? There he is. Come on back, Mr. Banks. And then, this way we can get you guys a full look at your roster. I might set the rest of it up off stream. At least, well, I mean, for you guys, we're still going to have to decide who goes where. And then at center, it is Lyles, Griffin, and we actually have to get Horace back on the team. So let's go find Horace. I mean, if you want, you don't have to have Horace on your team. You can get rid of him. He ended up with the Lakers. So Jarrett Culver. Also get Trey Lyles off of the team. And there's nobody else there that shouldn't be. There we go. All right, so for your team then, the big thing here is potentials. And Keefe actually does have an A- potential. He's the best on your team, shockingly. He is the best on your team. You have Campbell at a B+, Lekic, Todor, Bradley, Wenley Lou, and Brooke Wesley all have B+ potential. And then for B-, or just for B, is Charlie Haynes, Trent Griffin. And then B- is Lothar Kramer, Sean Humphreys, Lulu, Jonathan Banks, Phil Lyles. So unfortunately, again, your two most recent draft picks do have the B- there. There's a decent amount to set up. We might still do it tonight in terms of like optimizing player position and shit like that. You guys should make the playoffs at this roster, though, pretty much no matter what you do.